Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be exploring how to gather non-functional requirements, also known as NFRs. So I'm doing this video in response to a question I got from my past video on what is the difference between functional and non-functional requirements. Link here to watch that video. But the person asked, how do we gather non-functional requirements, please? So in today's video, we'll be looking at the NFRs with some real life scenarios. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. Firstly, to start off, let's clarify what non-functional requirements, NFRs, are. What are they? Unlike functional requirements, which define what the system should do, non-functional requirements focus on how the system performs a function. And these will include aspects such as your security, usability, reliability, and performance of the system in general. So let's think of it like this. Let's assume that the system that we are looking to gather non-functional requirements is a car. The functional requirement of the car is that it drives from point A to B. But for NFRs, for the car, it would be fuel efficiency. How is the car going to get from point A to B? That's what we're asking. We will be looking at fuel efficiency, the safety features of the car, and how comfortable it is to be in the car. So that's just a quick example of an NFR outside a project scenario. So why are NFRs important? Why do we need NFRs? They ensure the usability and effectiveness of the system. They ensure that we are able to use the system. They are crucial for user satisfaction and can significantly impact the success of your project. So NFRs can be the difference between a system that people love to use and one that they just manage, that they just tolerate. So how do we gather these requirements as business analysts? The process isn't as straightforward as capturing functional requirements. But here are some effective methods that we can use as business analysts to gather. Number one, the usual, which is interviews, surveys, right? So as business analysts, we generally will conduct interviews and surveys with stakeholders to understand their expectations. But in gathering NFRs, we want to understand the stakeholders' expectations of the system's performance, the system's security, etc. So imagine that you're developing a mobile app, right? Through interviews, you can find out and asking the right questions, okay? So you can find out maybe the users want it to be accessible even with poor internet connectivity. So that's one key NFR for performance. Number two method is review of existing systems, right? We're analyzing the current systems in use, maybe the current app. As business analysts, doing that can reveal various things, various insights into the NFRs that need improvement. So imagine that imagine that your team notices that a current software that is being used crashes frequently under heavy use. So maybe there's too many people logged in at the same time using the system and the system crashes. So from an NFR stance, this would be a reliability NFR issue, okay, that needs to be addressed within that project. The third method is workshops and brainstorming sessions. With workshops and brainstorming sessions, you're bringing the stakeholders together for the workshop to help you to identify the NFRs as they discuss and brainstorm their needs and expectations. So for instance, in a workshop, the stakeholders can express the need for data encryption for user privacy. So that's one critical security NFR. So that's one example. The fourth method, I'm going to give you guys 5 methods, okay? So the fourth one is observation and shadowing, which is one of the techniques we use as well for gathering requirements. So as a business analyst, you would observe the users that are interacting with the system. And doing this can help reveal unspoken needs related to usability and performance. You just watch them use the system so that you are able to understand the performance and how the system works. Say the person that you're shadowing or observing is trying to log into a system, for instance, you could realize a faster login process is needed. Through observing, you can see how they're struggling just to log into the system. That would be a direct NFR related to system usability. Maybe it takes a long time for them to log in. Maybe it takes a long time for the system to load. Now, the fifth one is looking at industry standards, benchmarking your system against industry standards by comparing it to ensure that the system meets or exceeds the prevailing norms, exceeds the normal expectations within the industry. How do you do that? For example, you can compare your website's load time with industry leaders. You set a new NFR for improved website performance. So you just try to watch how the website performs, or you're clicking various things in comparison with other types of websites within the industry, and trying to benchmark your NFR against those. Those are the 5 methods that business analysts can capture NFRs, non-functional requirements. Now, after gathering your non-functional requirements as business analysts, it's crucial to document them clearly as well as validate them with your stakeholders. We already know, as aspiring existing business analysts, we're doing a lot of back and forth with our stakeholders to ensure that whatever requirements we've captured during our meetings, observations, workshops are validated with them. Okay, to make sure that we've really understood what they're saying. And this will involve defining any measurable criteria for each of those requirements. What is our definition of done for those requirements? So that we can ensure that they can be tested and met as expected by whoever has brought up those requirements. That is it. To sum up, gathering NFRs is like being a detective. There's a lot of various techniques that we can use. So it really, really requires us as business analysts to look beyond the obvious to ensure that the system not only works, it doesn't just work, but it works well. For creating a website, we don't just look at, okay, I'm clicking here and I want the menu page and I want this here. You want to ensure that the performance of the system is great. You want to ensure that it works well, including various other NFRs like usability, reliability, performance, security, all those various things. So that's the end of today's video. If you have any questions or experiences that you would like to share about gathering NFRs, please drop a comment below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more content like this. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.